This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
We begin tonight with breaking news, a tragic update to a fire that killed a mom and her 4 children. Investigators believe it was quadruple murder-suicide based on evidence at the scene. Police believe Bernadine Prusner intentionally set a mattress on fire. They also say she left a note stating intentions to take her life and the lives of her children. Firefighters were called to the home on North Clay early Monday morning.
If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available around the clock. You can call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline anytime, day or night. That number is 988.
Tonight, an investigation is underway in St. Louis after police say a man shot and killed an intruder who was breaking into his building. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. The deadly shooting happened early this morning at a Masonic Lodge on Westminster Place along Kings Highway in the Central West End. The lodge is on the first floor and people live in apartments upstairs. 5 on your side, Justina Coronel is there live with the latest.
Shooting happened before 4 this morning and police say the shooter lived in this historic building. A warning sign is right next to this Masonic Lodge. It's a sign people see on Westminster Place saying to call police for any suspicious activity. And police did arrive here early Wednesday morning to the Tuscan Lodge number 360. We're told people live above the meeting place. According to police, a 37-year-old resident woke up to the building's burglary alarm going off shortly before 4.
The victim armed himself and began searching the building when he was confronted by a male suspect in his 40s. The victim fired shots, striking the suspect, who was pronounced deceased at the scene.
Police told 5 on your side the resident is a member of the Masonic Order. Wednesday afternoon, police couldn't share if the intruder was armed or not.
No matter what, the facts of this investigation will be presented to the circuit attorney. Whether or not ultimately they decide to issue any charges is in their purview.
5 on your side spoke to St. Louis University law professor Anders Walker about Missouri's Castle Doctrine.
So the Castle Doctrine protects homeowners from intruders. If someone breaks into your home and you have a reasonable fear you're going to get hurt, you can use lethal force. And whether the burglar is armed or not doesn't really matter. If someone's in your house and it's dark, you're probably going to be scared.
Walker explained Missouri has one of the most expansive castle doctrines in the country.
Some states you have to have a fear that you could be seriously injured or killed. Not in Missouri, just a fear of any injury. And that seems to be the case here.
We did reach out to the organization, but we have not heard back. Now, police say this is still an active investigation. If you have any information, you can contact Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Reporting in the Central West End, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
Bridgeton police are looking for a person who shot a driver on I-270. This happened around 12:30 this afternoon in the northbound lanes between St. Charles Rock Road and Missouri Bottom Road. Police say 2 drivers got into an argument. One of them fired shots at the other. The victim is being treated at a hospital and is expected to be okay. Police only have a vague description of the other car involved, a white SUV.
A giant sinkhole opened up in South St. Louis at the intersection of Idaho and Blow Street in the Carondelet neighborhood. The sinkhole caved in last night and doubled in size today. This happened close to a construction project on Interstate 55 in a residential area. 5 on your side's Tracy Hinson is live near the sinkhole to show us more of what happened. Tracy.
Yeah, it's really something to see. It's about 40 feet wide and about 25 feet deep. And all day long, there have been multiple crews out. And still, St. Louis City Water is here tonight. They've pushed in concrete barriers to hopefully prevent anybody from driving into the sinkhole. I expect them to do that on the other side as well, and they are still working here tonight. Now, neighbors told me before this sinkhole happened, this road had a very noticeable dip in it, and it had it for years.
Every time you drive, it's like going this way.
And now the intersection of Idaho Avenue and Blow Street in South St. Louis is undrivable.
It was scary when I came out. I was like, oh, I'm glad I drove before it sank, because it would have been bad if we were been inside of that hole.
Tuesday, city water crews first responded to a 6-inch water main break. They are working with the Metropolitan Sewer District to determine what happened.
This area has very old infrastructure, and unfortunately sometimes things break. Whether it was the sewer that first had a collapse and then the water main broke, or the water main that caused the sewer main to break. This is all old infrastructure, and unfortunately this is something that can happen.
To figure that out, MSD sent a robotic camera down their pipes. That hit water, so crews had to bring a Vector truck in to vacuum water out of that pipe for inspection.
This is a very large sinkhole, something that we're not used to seeing. And in dry weather conditions right now, you don't see something like this without a water main break.
Running water underground will erode away loose soil and weaken the pavement above.
And this is what happens.
There was a sign that something was up in the neighborhood Tuesday, but no one thought it would have turned into this on Wednesday.
Then I came from work like around 5:30, and it was like no water since 2.
Now, I did message back and forth with Bess McCoy late this afternoon, and she told me that MSD was able to suction that water out and get their robotic camera in to do their inspection. The good news is for MSD, this sinkhole did not have damage. However, they do want to inspect under the highway, and they're going to continue to do those inspections tomorrow. Now, as long as MSD does not have any repair work to do, City Water, she says, should be able to get this project done pretty quickly. But it's a huge project they have to do, and they're working hard to do it into the night hours here. In the Carondelet neighborhood, I'm Tracy Hinson, 5 on your side.
Just hours ago, Francis House School District confirmed they are the latest victim of a cyber attack. Students will return at school tomorrow after having 2 days of remote learning. Law enforcement is investigating the source of the attack, and the district says they've completed several safety checks to ensure the safety of students. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer has the very latest. Diamond.
Well, and Francis House School District says schools will not have internet access for instructional purposes for at least the rest of the week. The district has completed safety checks on various systems, including doors, intercoms, bus routes, and even emergency contact lists. Through the outage, it's prompted one church to help their community.
Why not open up our church, offer lunch today?
United Methodist Church of the Shepherd says roughly 40 Francis House School District families came to their church Wednesday for free lunch. Lead pastor Michael Wandell, church and community members made it all possible. It came after the district announced a network outage, moving nearly 17,000 students to remote learning on Tuesday and Wednesday. Pamela Adkins-Zaski helped out during the lunch.
It's got to be tough when you are expecting to get in the car, go to work, and have your kids go to school, and all of a sudden you've got to stay home or make some kind of arrangements to have their children taken care of or fed. So we're like super excited to be able to help them out in any little way we can.
Two single mothers who came to get free lunch said they had to miss work to be home with their children. The district says they observed, quote, unexpected activity within their network on Monday. Wednesday afternoon, they confirmed a cyber attack happened where malware was used to get information on computer systems. The strain affected students, too, who missed socializing.
I'm gonna say, not seeing my friends at school and everything. It's like an excessive amount of homework.
Other students say the remote learning allowed them to work ahead.
Our principal in our school was so good with sending out a whole Google Doc with every teacher's last name and then corresponding to what each class would do.
The district will return to in-person learning for the rest of the week, but Wandell says his church is always willing to help the community.
Anytime our leadership and schools need us, we're happy to help.
One parent told me she received an email that her students' information may be compromised. When I asked the district about how many parents received that notice or how long the investigation would take, I was told the district didn't have any new information at this time.